Okay, Charles Oliveira versus Mateusz Gamrot just ended, and I'm going to be doing some matchmaking for the top three fights, the co-main event, the main event, and the feature fight. None of that other shit that no one cares about. We're talking about the fights that matter. First up, Vicente Luque, who fought Yoel Alvarez, and he lost. Like, I mean, we all thought he was going to lose, to be fair. Yoel Alvarez was a minus 700 favorite, and he actually did better than I thought. Like, I thought Yoel Alvarez was going to walk through him and KO him in the first round, and he did get dominated, but still, he looked decent. He was able to land some decent shots. Like, he was hitting Alvarez with some shots, and I'm like, dude, if Luque can time a big shot, like, he can actually drop him and hurt him. Like, he was stunning. He was actually stunning Alvarez in moments, and he was eating some pretty big shots. Like, he almost got finished, got dominated on the ground. He really had nothing for Alvarez besides landing some decent shots. I'll give him that. But besides that, he got dominated. So, Luque is a big name too. So we're going to have to use Luque's name against some up and coming fighters, which is Sam Patterson. I mean, Patterson is looking good, and he's a freaky guy. I mean, I don't know, he's long. He's built like a giant spider. I don't know. He's just a weird guy. He's probably like a foot taller than Vicente Luque. Vicente Luque looked small against Yoel Alvarez, and this guy's 6'5". So yeah, that'd be interesting if Patterson can get a KO. He can be looking for a ranking next. The only guy who beat him was that Jewish fighter. So I mean, how good is he? He was probably paid off or something to lose because Yanel is not that good. I don't know how he lost that. I think he just got hit with one punch and got KO'd, but still, he's been looking good recently, and I think he'd get this. I think he'd be able to outstrike Vicente Luque at range, maybe KO him. Luque did show to have a good chin in this fight, but still, you never know. He has been hurt badly before. Maybe Patterson can put him out like he did to his last opponent. So that's it for the Vicente Luque. That's it for his next fight. He should fight Sam Patterson. That'd be fun. Next is Alvarez, who beat Vicente Luque, and he looked good. But to be honest, he kind of disappointed me in his performance. Like, I thought he was gonna smoke Luque. Like, I was like excited. Okay, you're gonna KO him in 1 minute, maybe not a minute, but you're gonna. I thought he'd at least KO him in 1 round. But he took him to a decision, and he kind of like stalled the last 2 rounds, or at least the last round, on the ground, doing nothing. He did take it on short notice, but still, I was expecting something more from Alvarez. So, and I do want him to fight a ranked opponent, but there's other guys more deserving. So I think the next guy he should fight is Kevin Holland. And you might be wondering, where is he on the screen? He's just that black. Okay, yeah, let me not make that joke. No, okay, let's be real now. Here's Kevin Holland. He almost blends in with the background. Anyways, okay. Anyways, he should be fighting Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland's gonna fight Mike Malott. I think Holland loses, and if he loses, he'll be unranked. Alvarez versus Holland, two unranked fighters. If Alvarez can beat Holland, he should be looking for a ranking next. He should look for a ranked opponent. I don't think he deserves one now. There's guys that deserve. He's had one fight in the welterweight division. There's been guys who are fighting, so like they deserve a ranking more, a ranked opponent more. So Holland versus Alvarez, and this is a super fun fight. Both strikers. This is gonna be a massive fight, especially if Alvarez can win, beating a name like Kevin Holland. I mean, if D-Rod is beating Kevin Holland, I'd be surprised, especially Alvarez as a lighter man skill. He's a lightweight, former lightweight. He should be showing a massive skill difference. If you're getting outboxed in the pocket or just outboxed in general by D-Rod, I get D-Rod's a decent boxer, but still, he's pudgy. Like, he started boxing at 24 years old, and Holland is out here making him look like he's Canelo. So it's like, what's up with that? So Alvarez should look to fight Holland in his next fight, and I think he wins, especially if D-Rod is doing that to him. So yeah, Alvarez versus Holland, that'd be a big fight. And maybe if Holland wins, I still don't want to see him fight a ranked opponent, even though they're going to try to. I think the UFC should just be using Kevin Holland's name just to push these younger guys, or these promising guys like Alvarez. So yeah, that's basically Holland's use. If you're losing to D-Rod, dude, you're not going to be ranked in the top 10, hopefully, ever again, because you're ass. But anyways, Montel Jackson, he looked terrible. He looked terrible. Figgy and him looked terrible. So I really don't care about these guys. I just want to push them out. Like, this is such their performances were so bad that they just need to be pushed out of the rankings as far as possible, to be honest. And good thing for Jackson, he was barely even ranked 15. You got an opportunity against Figgy and you fight like that. So Montel Jackson, just give him anyone unranked who looks promising so they can beat him and become ranked if he's still ranked, which would be Barcelos. Barcelos was on a 3-fight win streak. He's beating good guys. I think Barcelos deserves an opportunity to fight someone like Jackson. I'm not even sure if the rankings are done. He might be unranked, but if he's not unranked, he's ranked 15. If Barcelos can beat him, he could be ranked 15. He deserves it. He's put up a decent win streak, and Jackson looked terrible, so Barcelos probably beats him, hopefully, at least, because that would be terrible if Jackson wins, because he's shit. Like, he's not going anywhere far. But anyways, Figgy, listen, Figgy, I like Figgy, but he did look really bad. Like, he looked bad. And the thing is, like, he's kind of always, not always looked like this, but he's kind of been this fighter where he'll throw 3 punches, maybe he'll rock you, and then he'll win the round. Like, he's a very minimalistic fighter. Like, he'll land fight, like, against Chito Vera. He won, he dropped him, 1-2 rounds or 1-3. I don't even 1-3 rounds. Same with Rob Font. Like, he's on the back foot a lot. He'll land one decent punch and win the round, mixing some grappling. Like, he is the definition of a crafty vet fighter. Like, he just wins fights against top level fighters with like barely doing anything. So it's not too surprising for me that he had this boring fight against Montel Jackson, especially since I think he's old. His cardio also looked terrible. Like, my man throws 10 punches around at most. He throws like seven punches, maybe a leg kick, and he was gassing. Like, he was gassed by the second round. Like, that's, I don't know how. Especially he's not cutting as much weight as he was at flyweight. He's still a big guy, but still, like, his cardio's ass. But anyways, he should be fighting Vinicius Oliveira. Both Brazilian. Vinicius Oliveira is looking really good. Beat Kyler Phillips in his last fight. Vinicius Oliveira is sloppy, but I don't care, dude. He's a good fighter, and he's winning against top level guys, and he's a fun fighter. So the UFC, like, they gotta reward people who fight like Vinicius Oliveira. He just goes forward, has a high pace. He's reckless at times, so I wouldn't be surprised if Figgy can catch him, catch him with a punch and drop him or something. But also Vinicius Oliveira has good grappling, and he is super tough, explosive. He has a good chin. So I just see him completely washing Figgy. I think this is a great fight for Vinicius. Great fight for the UFC to make, because if I'm the UFC, I want to push Figgy outside the rankings as much as possible and as soon as possible against the most promising guys like Vinicius Oliveira, who's just going to come forward and throw with his chin in the air, with his hands to his waist. He's just going to try and win. Like, he's just a fun fighter. He's going to bring a fun fight. And if Figgy wins, like, you beat a younger guy who's really fun, who looks promising, so congrats. But I hope Figgy loses. I like Figgy, to be honest. I am a fan of Figgy, but, like, he looks so terrible against Jackson. He needs to fight someone like Vinicius Oliveira. So then hopefully he just loses and gets, like, Vinicius Oliveira is ranked 12. Figgy loses, he'll probably drop to 10 or 11, maybe 12, depending on how good he looks. But then you can give him someone else who's unranked or something. Push Figgy out fully, because that performance was terrible. And the Sandhagen performance was equally as terrible, but Sandhagen is way better than shit Jackson. And lost to Piotr Jan. Looked decent against Piotr Jan, but still. Figgy is far past his prime. And yeah, he's far past his prime. So give him a Vinicius Oliveira so he can break him. I think Vinicius Oliveira breaks Figgy with his high pace, and Figgy gasses out like after 2 rounds of a low pace fight. Figgy's breaking in half a round. He's gonna get gassed out in 1 round, and he's gonna be probably getting KO'd in the second round by Vinicius. So, anyways, this week's big loser, Gamrot. But he shit his pants against Oliveira. He was backing up the entire fight, scared of Oliveira. I mean, I can't blame him. Oliveira is the GOAT, but still. Gamrot, he should be fighting Fiziev. I think this is such a easy fight to make, considering they did have a fight. Fiziev got injured. Since he got injured, he pause. He fought Gaethje on short notice. Then he was going to fight Oliveira. The fight fell through. It kind of feels like there's kind of like Like there's just it feels like something's missing. Like if this fight should have actually been completed. It looked like it was going to be a great fight, but Fiziev got injured, and it was looking to be a super entertaining fight. And Fiziev kind of looks like he's not lost his mojo, but it feels like he wants to get this back. Like the way he's fighting, it just feels so uncompleted. It's like you're skipping an episode. Yeah, it just feels weird. Like Fiziev versus Gamrot needs to happen. We need to see this fight actually play it out, and I think it'd be a good fight considering Gamrot got smoked by Oliveira, probably doesn't want to fight another. Nah, Gamrot is a good grappler, but he probably wants to fight a striker, someone who's not going to be comfortable on the ground with him. Like, let Gamrot get his confidence back if he wins. Fiziev probably wants to get this win back since he did lose the first fight. Even though it was a like doctor stoppage, whatever, his knee popped, he still lost the fight. Like Aspinall lost to Curtis Blades, he wanted to get the win back, came back and KO'd him in one round. Let Fiziev get his opportunity against Gamrot, and this fight is going to be a fun fight. And the lightweight division is kind of backed up. Like there's a lot of guys. Like the lightweight division has been inactive for a while, and now that it's becoming active again, a lot of guys are having fights matched up at the same exact time. So there's not a lot of wiggle room for guys like Gamrot, and Fiziev is probably the highest ranked guy that Gamrot can fight, because usually they're not big fans of Gamrot, if you haven't noticed. Like they're like kind of abusing him at this point. They're just giving him unranked guys. So Gamrot would probably be happy to fight Fiziev, and it's like he's probably happy. Like he's probably like, you're not going to give me someone unranked? Yeah, I'll take it. Like Gamrot just takes everything. Pause. Hey, and Fiziev, I think he'd like this so he can get back on the winning. Like he hasn't won in a while because he was injured, lost to Gaethje again before that. So Fiziev wants to get a win, and who better than Gamrot? And there's not a lot of top guys that Fiziev can fight. Um, Next is the GOAT Oliveira, the winner, the champion, Dubronx. Dubronx won, schooled Gamrot, walked him down, dog walked him, no Izzy, literally dog walked him for 2 rounds. Gamrot was backing up the entire fight. He was terrified of Charles Oliveira. And then he submitted him, took him down with ease, like picked him up, tried to take him down. Gamrot defended. He has good hips. And then Charles Oliveira got around him and took him down. And took his back and submitted him. So with this, I mean, this fight is pretty obvious. The next one to make. He did call him out, and when a fighter calls someone out, you kind of have to make it. And that, it's Max Holloway. You have to make this fight, especially. Like, I mean, they fought before, and kind of similar with the Fiziev versus Gamrot situation. It's like, it's unfinished business. Like, Fiziev and Gamrot, Fiziev got injured in the first round. This fight, Oliveira got injured in the first round. It's like they didn't even have a fight, and it was such a great fight that we basically missed. Like, this is going to be a rematch, but it's basically the first fight, considering it's in a whole different weight class and a lot has happened. Max Holloway became a champion since then. Charles Oliveira became a champion since then. Like, they've had that fight was so long ago. So it's, like, this fight needs to happen. Like, we can't have Charles Oliveira retire and Max Holloway retire without them actually properly fighting. We can't have that, because that first fight did not count. Like, that was a nothing burger. Nothing happened. Oliveira got injured. Shit happens. Max Holloway commented on that saying, the doctor reports came in, you didn't really get injured, you faked it. So there's some, not beef, but there's kind of some heat, which makes this fight more fun, especially considering it's going to be for the BMF. And you do have to take that into consideration, because Holloway's they're both in this awkward situation where they both got KO'd by the champion Topuria, the GOAT. They both got KO'd by him, but they're both still high level, and they're still able to beat these top level guys like Gaethje. I mean, Holloway schooled Gaethje. Oliveira just dog walked Gamrot. So they're in this weird position where the UFC is not going to want to put either of them in a title eliminator, because they both got KO'd by Topuria recently. So they should fight like Holloway. If I'm Holloway should be having fun fights, but he should be having fun fights, but still against high level guys. Like, kind of like the Dustin Poirier was a fun fight. Holloway isn't going to be getting the title shot soon, so he took the Poirier fight. It was a fun fight, good money for the BMF. Same with this, fun fight, fan favorite fight for the BMF. It just makes sense to do this. And if Max Holloway wins, then he can start looking for a title eliminator because he'll be on a 2-fight win streak. If Oliveira wins, he could start, looking for a title eliminator because he'll be on a 2-fight win streak. And if either of them loses, it's still good because this is kind of like just a fun fight where the loser matters. Like no one, obviously they don't want to lose, but still, if Oliveira loses, bro, you fought Max Holloway for the BMF, you're gonna make good money. Same with Holloway. So, but now let me talk about how I think this fight will actually go. I think Max Holloway wins this. I think this is a great matchup for Holloway, even though Charles Oliveira looked really good. Like his takedowns looked really good, his grappling looked really good. But still, I've always thought that this rematch would favor Holloway greatly, especially at lightweight, where Holloway's actually having power. Like he's dropping Poirier badly. He's hurting Gaethje badly and then KOing him. And Oliveira, his chin has gotten worse. That is just a fact. Like his chin has gotten worse. Yes, he was able to eat shots from Gamrot, but he was still getting like stunned. Like he was getting kind of stunned by Gamrot, who has no power. Like Gamrot he can hurt you a little bit, but still, if Gamrot's hurting you, imagine Max Holloway, who's way faster, way more powerful, and he's going to be able to do it for 5 rounds straight. You're going to have a hard time taking him down. You're going to have a hard time closing distance because he has great boxing. It's just going to be hard for Oliveira to track Holloway down. And if he does track him down, I do think Oliveira will take down Max Holloway. But I do think that, like, I think Holloway's jiu-jitsu is good enough to survive. Like, he can get taken down, sure. I think he'll be able to survive. And then when the next round starts, um, he'll be able to win off the feet. I think he'll be able to do way more damage on the feet. He's just a way better striker than Oliveira. Like, Oliveira's a good striker. He's great against guys who don't have power, so he can just walk them down. Max Holloway has power. Sure, if this was like how Max Holloway was looking like 3 years ago, where he didn't look to have that much power, sure, I would actually pick Charles Oliveira to win. But Max Holloway with power and with speed, you're not going to be able to walk him down. Like, you're just not. And Oliveira has been hurt a lot. Hurt against Poirier, hurt against Gaethje, KO'd against Topuria. So he's taking so much damage where his chin is just not going to be able to hold up. I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be able to hold up. And I think he gets KO'd by Holloway after Holloway hurts him with some nasty boxing combinations. Yeah, I got Holloway in this fight, but still, it would be big. It'd be big. This is an easy, at the very minimum, co-main event. They could make it a main event. I wouldn't like it as a main event, but still, they can easily make this a co-main event. Holloway versus Charles Oliveira, awesome fight. But yeah, that's it for my matchmaking. The best matchmaker, best. Like, look at these fights. Like, look at these matchups, bro. No one does it better than me. Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. Let's go. Rooting for Charles, kind of. I'm rooting for Charles. I really like Max Holloway, but I am kind of rooting for Charles. But I do want Max Holloway to win, kind of, to be honest, because I think he has a better chance against Topuria. But yeah, that's it